I'm Jessica Bravort, and this is Kitchen Table Productions. Today is our cranberry show, and first I'm going to show you how to make a nice, simple, low-carb cranberry sauce, and then I'm going to show you something you can make with it. So let's get started.
Right, the first thing I have to do is wash and sort my cranberries. I have in my sink a colander, my cooking pot, and a small cup for the refuse. This is a 12-ounce bag of fresh cranberries. You could use frozen, and if you do, don't bother to thaw them first. They'll just thaw in the pot soon enough. Now what I'm looking for in these berries is hard, shiny red cranberries. I don't know that sorting is really necessary, but I don't remember cranberries being soft like this when I was a kid, when I sorted out the white ones for my mom, so I don't really trust them. If they're soft like these, or a strange color like this brown one, then out they go. You'll also want to pull out any tiny stems you might find. The easiest way to check them is to roll them between your fingers. You'll be able to feel if they're soft. Oops, I have an escapee here. Now it's time for the stove. I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of water and 1 cup of granulated Splenda. Now, if you're using packets, that's 24 packets. Now I'll just stir this in real good. My handy dandy wooden spoon. Now I'm going to bring this up to a boil and listen for the sound of the berries popping. Now as they heat, the insides, which are whitish, tend to expand and burst through the skin. Here, I'll show you one. Give me your ute. See that? Now I'll set my timer for 10 minutes and let these boil, stirring occasionally. My 10 minutes are up, and these berries have fallen apart nicely. Now to move this to my storage vessel. Yes, this is a ball jar, but I am not in no way saying that I am preserving or canning this cranberry sauce. I'm just using this jar for temporary storage only. Now I'm doing this in the sink for 2 reasons. The first is in case the thermal shock takes out my jar. It shouldn't. I've heated it up in hot water first, but you never know. And the second is because, as you will see here very shortly, I'm sure, I am very messy with this. Now I'll let this cool for about an hour and then put on the lid and put it in my refrigerator until it's ready to serve. You can make it more like jellied cranberry sauce by blending it while it's still hot and then storing it. If you do though, remember this is hot, be cautious. And here's our finished sauce. Now you can serve this with turkey, or you can make a marbled cranberry cheesecake, and that's what we'll do now. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees and heated a kettle of water. And right now I'm mixing 1 brick, that's 8 ounces of cream cheese, with 3/4 of a cup of sour cream and a 1/2 cup of granulated Splenda. That's 12 packages. Now whenever you make a cheesecake, it's important to stop every once in a while and scrape down your bowl. Otherwise you'll end up with unmixed lumps of cream cheese in your cheesecake. Make sure you get the paddle too. Now I'll add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, one teaspoon of lemon extract. You could use orange if you prefer. I think orange makes cranberry taste better. 2 eggs, added one at a time. There's one. And here's the other. I'll stop, scrape it down one last time, give it a few quick blends, and then I'm going to put half of this cheesecake batter into this bowl. Now I have here a half a cup of our cranberry sauce that I've blended until it's smooth. And I'm just going to pour this right on in. After it's mixed a bit, I'll scrape it one last time. And now we'll just add the pink cream cheese into the white cream cheese. Just like that. And I'll mix this together just slightly to get that marbling effect. Oh, so pretty. I have here 4 1-cup ramekins, and in the bottom of each one is 2 tablespoons of our blended cranberry sauce. And I'll just pour our cheesecake right over the top. This gives a little surprise in the bottom of each cheesecake. This is a good way to do cheesecakes if you don't want to have a crust. Last one. I'm going to arrange my cheesecakes on a baking dish, and this is the bottom of my broiler pan. Now I'm going to pour in the hot water I have standing by. I just want it to come up about halfway up the sides. There we go. Now the tricky part. Getting the tray in without the water sloshing into the cheesecakes or on my hands. Push that back. Now, be very careful. Mine's sticking a bit. There we go. Yeah, now it's sliding. Now I'm going to bake these for just 15 minutes. My 15 minutes are up. And isn't this gorgeous? Look at that. Now I'm using tongs and a dish towel to remove these rather than risk pulling the hot water-filled pan back out again. I'll just let that cool in the oven before removing it. The dish towel is to keep the water on the ramekins from soaking through the hot pad. You never ever want to use wet hot pads. The water just lets the heat right on through. Now I'm going to let these cool on the rack for an hour, and then I'll cover them with plastic wrap and put them in my refrigerator until they're chilled. That will probably be another 2 hours to get them chilled down good. Now here's our finished cheesecake. Doesn't that look fabulous? Now you can serve it just like this in the ramekins, or you can loosen up the sides with a knife and then just turn it upside down and serve it cranberry side up.
Well, that was our cranberry show. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Jessica Brevort, and this has been Kitchen Table Productions.